Hello friends, I am Pradeep Yadav. Today I am going to discuss pin diagram of 8085 microprocessor. Here you can see the diagram of 8085 microprocessor, and as we know the microprocessor is a 40 pin IC. So here nomenclature of 40 pins you can see from 1 to 20 and here from 21 to 40 pin, and these are some nomenclature. So by nomenclature we can know which pin assigned for which type of work. In this video I am going to discuss detail about every pin, how the pin work and for which purpose these pins are used in microprocessor. So here is power supply. There are two pins which is used for power supply. One is pin number 14, that is VCC, and one piece that is pin number 20, that is used for ground reference. VCC, you have to provide 5-volt supply to operate or to make on the microprocessor. It's require 5-volt supply. After providing 5-volt supply, your microprocessor will be on, then you can perform any operation, and pin number 20 used for ground reference. Now talking about pin number 1, 2 and pin number 37. Pin number 1, 2, here you can see X1, X2. Basically these are two terminal to be connected to an external crystal oscillator which drive an internal circuitry of the microprocessor, and it is used to produce suitable clock for the operation of microprocessor. Now talking about pin number 37, basically these pins keeps the record of time duration required by each operation to get completed. Means whatever operation is happening within the microprocessor, that operation will take some time, and clock out keeps the record of that time duration, how much time a operation is taking in microprocessor. That can be any operation like read, write, fetch something. Now here this is a very important point which we are going to discuss about address bus and data bus. As we know, 8085 have 16-bit address data bus, 16-bit address bus and 8-bit data bus. The address bus is a group of 16 line, that is from A0 to A15, means here A0 to A7, A8 to A15, A0 to A7 are called lower address bus, and A8 to A15, that is called higher address. And the address bus is unidirectional, means bits flow in one direction from microprocessor to peripheral devices. And talking about data bus, the bits AD0 to AD7 are bidirectional and serve as A0 to A7 and D0 to D7 at the same time. Means these pins are basically multiplexed and they work at the same time as like A0 to A7 and D0 to D7. During the execution of any instruction, these lines carry the address bit during the early part, and during the later parts of the execution they carry the 8-bit data bus. Means they are going to perform two operations. Firstly, they have to carry address, means address has 16-bit data, means one is lower address, one is higher address. So basically these pins used to carry the lower address, and after transferring the address they work as data carrying medium. Now here why data bus is multiplex? Reason is that the main reason of multiplexing address and data bus is to reduce the number of pins and dedicate those pins for other several function of microprocessor, and these multiplex set of lines used to carry the lower order 8-bit address as well as data bus, which we have already discussed in last slide. Now talking about control signal, ALE, address latch enable. Currently we are talking about pin number 30, and this is a very important pin. It is an output signal used to give information about the content AD0 to AD7. It is positive going pulse when a new operation is started by microprocessor. When pulse goes high, it indicates that the content of AD0 to AD7 are addressed. If this pulse is going low, it indicates the contents or data in AD0 to AD7. Now read means if this pin is enabled, means a read operation is going on, and next pin is write, that is pin number 31. If this pin is high or enabled, means write operation is currently going in microprocessor. Now talking about input output memory, basically this signal is used to differentiate between input output and memory operation. By using this pin, we can find out which type of operation going in microprocessor, that operation is related to input output device, or that operation is related to memory operation. Now when it is high, indicates input output operation, and when it is low, it indicate memory operation. Status signal, basically it is used to know the type of current operation of the microprocessor. Current operation means it's going fetching the data, reading the data, writing the data, or microprocessor is not performing any operation. So by this signal we can find out. There are two pins, one is 33, second is 29. By the combination of this pin we can find out which type of operation microprocessor is performing. If both pin are 00, means that is a halt, means there is nothing operation, and 01 in case of write operation is going on, 10 in case of read operation, and 11 that is fetch operation. Now ready, it is used by the microprocessor to sense whether a peripheral is ready to transfer a data or not. If ready signal is high, means that external device is ready to transfer the data to microprocessor. So basically this signal indicates that external device or peripheral device is ready to transfer the data to microprocessor. If it is low, the microprocessor waits till it goes high. The processor set the ready signal after completing the present job to access the data. The microprocessor enter into wait state while the ready pin is disabled. Basically when ready pin will be enabled, means microprocessor is ready to accept the data from the peripheral device. Now talking about two pins, one is 39 and 38. These pins are hold and HLDA. Hold indicates that another device is requesting or requesting for the use of address and data bus, and HLDA is signal for hold acknowledgement, which indicates that the hold request has been received. After the removal of this request, the HLDA goes low. Basically both pins used together, HLDA used for generating acknowledgement and hold for that, and that represent another device is requesting for the transferring the data. Suppose you are using microprocessor and you have connected 4 to 5 devices to microprocessor and you are performing a operation. Then basically what happens, suppose second device, other device want to access the microprocessor. So firstly they have to generate a request, that request is called hold, and that device is generate HLDA signal to acknowledge microprocessor yes I want, means that device want to access, microprocessor wants to transfer the data. And talking about INTR, basically its interrupt signal. When INTR pins goes high, means there is a interrupt occur in the microprocessor program, and in my architecture I have already thoroughly discussed how interrupts work in 8085 microprocessor. You can watch my last video which is based on architecture of microprocessor. I have discussed in detail how interrupt is going to work in 8085 microprocessor and what is interrupt service routine. By watching that video definitely you can understand. Now talking about reset, reset means this signal is used to reset the microprocessor. By default the value of a program counter is 0. When you are going to work in microprocessor, firstly you have to initialize the value of program counter, then you can write program in microprocessor and you can execute microprocessor. If we are talking about by default the value of program counter is 0 in 8085 microprocessor. For writing a program, firstly you have to initialize the value of program counter, then you can write. And suppose you have, if you are going to write a program from the memory location 2000, means that 2000 will be memory location, the value of program counter. Reset out, no, it is used to reset all the connected device when microprocessor is reset. Means suppose you have connected multiple device to microprocessor and microprocessor is in reset mode. So that pin, means talking about reset out, that pin number is 3, will reset all the connected device to microprocessor. Now we have already discussed about the interrupt. These are some pins, and this is a priority order of interrupt. One is trap, no, highest trap having highest priority and INTR having lowest priority. Now in talking about two pins, one is pin number 4 and 5. One is SIT, means that is used for serial input data transmission. Second is serial data output, that is used for taking output in case of serial communication, and SID is data line for serial input. The data on the line, this line is loaded into the 7th bit of the accumulator when RIM instruction is executed. In case of SIM instruction is to be executed. Now, so this is all about the pin diagram of microprocessor, and here there is 2 assignment for you. And now if you want to know more about pin diagram, definitely you should try this assignment, and you can understand how interrupts works in microprocessor and what is the usage of these pins. So thank you for watching this. Thank you.